there's no one set of rules for all fighters. The idea to hit and move is, you know, the best concept you can have, I think, for mixed martial arts.
There you go. Good shot. Wow. There you go, now shot. There you go. You changed the pattern on him, yeah? This is the environment that I was raised in from a young age. It's a very manic atmosphere. You can see how many areas are actually going off at the same time. So much is happening at once. If you're unaware of or you're new to this kind of environment, you wouldn't know where to look. I started probably at the age of 3. I ended up doing my first fight at the age of about 5. See how their hands are down, how relaxed they are, and how aware of distance he is. Every time he comes up, he's a bit more defensive. If he's at long range, he's a lot more relaxed. Look at that. Lands after the spin kick and still manages to get away, which is a big part of my game in MMA. You can see that with the timing of the spin kicks, the things that I would be doing in the MMA, I'm timing people's body movements coming towards me or going away from me, how I put pressure on people, how I use the space. I don't just walk in a straight line and try and engage with my fight. I'm using the space and really manipulating the whole area and then landing my shots. And it's exactly the same thing that these guys are doing from a very young age. And this is why I enjoy this game. This is where my style comes from. I love it.
I didn't know a lot about him. He didn't make an announcement about himself. He just came in like anyone else and just started joining the classes. For someone who was, with his frame, who's quite, tall and quite, gangly limbed, he had a very good strength in his core, which is just, often unusual for taller guys. And he had a lot of good movements on him and a lot of strength in particular positions. And then when I saw him in some of the classes where we mixed striking and takedowns together, then I really noticed his movement when he was striking and his reflexes and his speed. And although in areas of mixed martial arts, in terms of like defending takedowns, some of the, obviously things needed changing and there were a lot to work on, you could see there was a lot of raw potential, and the style he had was, it was different, it was very unusual, and it really worked.
I used to fight -84 in my kickboxing, which in this is a middleweight. Now, the kind of weight that people drop in the MMA makes middleweight people are massive in that weight. So yeah, when I came here and I told my coach I was 84, he's like, yeah, that's cool, you'll be dropping up to 77. I was like, ugh.
Mixed martial arts is slightly different. Maybe some of the attacks he does can, put him in a position where he doesn't need to be in terms of someone trying to take him down. So we say, hey Michael, let's leave those ones to the side, but keep these ones, and then let's work on other things that are going to suit you as well. The kickboxing style he has, there's a lot of in and out, the blitz attacks, the movement, getting hit then getting out. This is actually perfect for mixed martial arts. A lot of people like to stand and trade. This is a very bad idea when you've got tiny little gloves. Even if you win, you're going to get your face smashed up. There's so much you can get hit with. It's not boxing where you've got big gloves and you can stay and let the gloves slide past your head and use your big glove to counter. Even a punch to the side of your temple can cut you open or put you down. So, his style in that sense very much suits mixed martial arts.